Police say 10 people have been killed, including one man who took part in the attack. Another man who opened fire was injured and is in police custody. 2 police officers were shot and wounded. We don't know the extent of their injuries, though. Police say that 12 people were injured. It's not known if that number includes the police officers. A police spokesperson also told the BBC that the scene remains active to clear the scene of suspected IEDs, what are often described as homemade explosives. A number of videos of what is believed to be the incident have been posted on social media. They appear to show 2 men dressed in dark shirts opening fire with long-barreled weapons from a car park near the beach. Other videos appear to show numerous people being given medical attention. One video seems to show a man tackling one of the gunmen from behind and taking their weapon from him. The BBC's Tessa Wong is at the scene. She sent us this update a short time ago.
I'm here at Campbell Parade, which is just at Bondi Beach, where a shooting just took place at a Jewish event that was held just by the beach. I spoke to an eyewitness who was at the event. It was meant to celebrate the Jewish festival of Hanukkah. He said that he saw 2 shooters on a bridge shooting at the crowd. He fell to the ground with his 2 children and later escaped safely. Now, police say that they are currently searching the area for IEDs. It's still an active situation. They have also said there are multiple fatalities. They won't confirm the number just yet. They've also said there are 2 police officers that have been injured, although we don't know how badly injured they are at this moment.
And that was the BBC's Tessa Wong speaking to us from the scene of that shooting. Well, let's bring in Phil Mercer, our correspondent who's in Sydney. Phil, we spoke an hour ago as information was coming in about potential fatalities, injuries in this shooting. What can you tell us now?
We've heard from the police here in Australia in the last hour or so, and they are confirming at the moment 9 victims of this shooting and another person dead, a shooter. So in total, 10 people killed, 1 shooter and 9 other victims. The police also saying that 12 other people have been injured and that at least 2 police officers were hurt as well. So this is the first time that the authorities here in Australia have given any numbers in relation to this shooting at Bondi Beach. And safe to say, this is a traumatic event for Australia. Gun crime in this country is mercifully rare, but of course the events in Bondi in the last few hours are absolutely horrific. Eyewitnesses saying that 2 shooters firing at what we understand was a Jewish festival just on a grassy bank near Bondi Beach, shooting from a small pedestrian bridge, and of course panic and horror of those people trying to get away. And also we have seen atrocious videos of bodies lying on the ground and people administering first aid. And we should note that those videos haven't been verified 100%, but they do appear to be from Bondi Beach, and they certainly fit in with not only eyewitness accounts, but also the update we've had in the last hour or so from the police.
And Phil, this coming in from ABC, police are reiterating that the public still needs to avoid Bondi Beach despite the 2 shooters having been, what they say, neutralised. There is an ongoing bomb threat in the area, police say, and they're working to disarm what they've described as an IED or improvised explosive device. So an ongoing police operation, perhaps something that Australians are not used to.
No, absolutely not. And I think what will add to the absolute terror of people who have been at Bondi Beach is the threat of those improvised explosive devices and the threat therein. It is just after 9 o'clock in the evening here in Eastern Australia. It is dark. Today was a very hot summer's day. So Bondi Beach would have been packed with people from all across Sydney, all across Australia, and from many corners of the world. And it's worth pointing out too that that bridge that leads to that grassy area and then onto the beach, that bridge connects the beach to a very busy precinct of bars, shops and restaurants, which would equally be very, very busy as well. So this is an enormous trauma on this country. In April of last year, 6 people were stabbed to death in a mass stabbing at Bondi Junction, just up the road from Bondi Beach. So it's been an awful couple of years for Australia in that regard. But as we say, gun crime in this country exceptionally rare, and that is why an atrocious attack like this will leave so many traumatic scars on this nation.
And Phil, a statement coming in from the police saying that the number of casualties are expected to change as the operation continues. So perhaps at the moment, as it stands, 9 victims, 1 shooter dead. That number could increase over the coming hours. This is already one of the worst mass shootings in Australian history.
Yes, in the mid-1990s, there was a mass shooting at a place called Port Arthur on the island state of Tasmania. 35 people were killed by a lone gunman, and that atrocity brought in mass gun control laws that make gun crime in Australia extremely rare. And you're absolutely right. When an awful event like this takes place here in Australia or in other parts of the world, it does take time for the authorities to piece together the enormity of these sorts of events in terms of the number of people injured, sadly the number of people who die, and also why this was carried out and by whom. And we know that, according to the police, that among the dead was one of the shooters. Another shooter has been taken into custody. So, of course, the information gleaned from them will help the authorities establish why this took place. But at the moment, the police are looking to make sure that Bondi Beach is safe in terms of any improvised explosive devices, and of course, clearly helping those people who've been injured. And we understand that more than a dozen people have been taken to a hospital. And you're absolutely right. We don't know if the number of dead is a static figure or one that is likely to increase. But history shows us in other countries that these fatalities, the number of fatalities, can increase as the investigation continues. But trauma for the people who are there, and trauma for an entire country who is staying up into the evening here on Sunday in Australia to find out more about this horrific event.